Hey everybody, this is Kenny from Instead of Writing, and our last sketch challenge, the bare bones sketch challenge, went over really well, and I loved hearing from a lot of you. Today we're talking about a different sketch challenge, what I'm calling the tried and true sketch challenge, so stay tuned. So today we're talking about a different sketch comedy writing challenge. I'm calling it the tried and true challenge because it's a form of sketch writing that has worked for so long, and it's still killing it. And also doing badly if you don't write it well. But most of the time, it's killing, well, okay. Sometimes it's killing it. Trust me, you're gonna enjoy it. So here's how it works. I'm gonna walk you through the simple format and then you can kind of try it out on your own, okay? First things first, I want you to choose a main character. For example, let's say we have a woman named Amelia, and Amelia is a self-starter. She's eager to make a name for herself in the world, but like any good main character, she has her own set of issues. That's step one. Piece of cake. Just come up with a fun main character. Word of caution, don't make this a wacky main character. Try to just make it someone, that we can relate to. Like Elizabeth Warren during that beer video. Beside the point. Okay, then, number two, assign this character a goal, like something that they really want to go after, okay? Let's say with Amelia, she wants to strike it rich as a gold miner. Yeah, she wants to mine gold. Why not? American dream and all that. Now, third thing, choose a setting. Not just any setting. I want you to try to find a setting that's going to make Amelia's job, or your character's job, as tough as it can be, but tough in a fun way. We could set Amelia up in the Klondike in Alaska, for example. And yes, it's tough to mine gold. Just go watch Gold Rush. She'll face, problems with machinery, problems with the weather, everything will break down all the time, and then she'll only get a tiny bit of gold. Okay, all those are great, but it's not exactly what we're looking for comedy. Let's try to find a setting that's going to create a ton of obstacles, but they're going to be fun obstacles for us to unpack. For example, if Amelia wants to strike it rich by mining gold, but she's stuck in the middle of Central Park in New York City, now we're on to something. You can imagine those challenges are going to be quite different than challenges she will face in the Klondike. After you've got your setting figured out, just start writing down a list of all the different problems she can run into, your character can run into, as they're trying to go after what they want. For example, we could be talking about permits you need to dig in Central Park. Getting machinery in and out of there, that's going to be a nightmare. Dealing with, pickpockets and thieves, where she's going to put the dirt. Dealing with those street artists and buskers and musicians and all that. Tourists in Central Park trying to take photos everywhere. The park closes at 1 o'clock, so she's got to make sure she's got everything out of there and out of there. Write down as many of these as you possibly can. Then put your pen down. Then pick that pen right back up. What do you think you're doing? You're a writer. Don't put that pen down. Here's my pro tip for you, okay? Jokes are all about providing your own unique perspective on a topic and doing so in a surprising way. If you stop and put that pen down and stop coming up with new ideas, when you run into that first wall of writer's block, odds are you will have just written down the types of obstacles and jokes that almost anybody could have come up with at a cursory investigation, right? In fact, sometimes in my classes, I'll do this exercise and we will all come up with jokes and we'll all come up with obstacles. And it's amazing how people start crossing them off their list when we all start sharing, because it's like, oh, I had that one too. I had that one too. You don't want that. You want unique stuff. So go back into it and burst through that writer's block. Then you'll get to the real gold. No pun intended. Keep going. Amelia's got crazy family expectations. She doesn't want to live in a big city, but she's stuck in New York. She's got a huge love of nature, and now she's digging up Central Park, and so she has to come to grips with that. There's a movie studio who decided to reserve the same area of Central Park that she's trying to dig up, and they both have permits. Amelia's brother shows up, and he wants to talk about his love life. Amelia's got narcolepsy. Now go through your obstacles and try to find the one that you like the most to be your anchor. Okay, choose the obstacle as the biggest, the most fun obstacle your main character is going to have to go up against. Once you have that main obstacle identified, go through the other obstacles you wrote down and see if you can find some others that kind of fit with that main obstacle. You don't want too many weird obstacles going in different directions. That will start pulling your sketch in so many different ways, and it's going to be tough. So sift through to find a good set that goes together and doesn't compete with one another. For example, Amelia suffers from narcolepsy. She's worried about thieves and the park closes at 1 a.m. You can see how the narcolepsy is going to have a big influence on those other obstacles. Because if she falls asleep, thieves are going to come and she might sleep past 1 a.m. and get stuck inside Central Park or something like that. Or maybe her biggest obstacle is dealing with other people in Central Park. She might have the movie studio that reserved the same portion of the park. She might be worried about thieves. You're going to think that pickpockets exist, I swear. Tourists keep walking through her mining site trying to take photos of Central Park. Her brother shows up in Central Park. You can see how all those are just in the theme of other people with their own agendas trying to interrupt her mining. Now, writing the sketch. Write the script so that your main character is in pursuit of their goal, and then they keep bumping up against these obstacles, okay? Now, don't let your main character discreetly deal with one obstacle before they encounter the next one, right? If anything, they're just trying to do damage control this whole time and see if they can put some of these things off. It's not even any fun of a sketch if you just say, oh, tourists, okay, we dealt with the tourists, we sent them on their way. Now let's move on to this next one. It's more fun if she's trying to deal with the tourists and then the movie studio execs show up and then the brothers there trying to get in too to say, I know you're busy, but there's this girl. Finally, when this scene is just coming to a point, when it can't get any crazier than it is, well, okay, it can always get crazier than it is. But imagine the point when your audience starts rolling their eyes or checking their cell phones or something. That's your climax, okay? And you want your main character to either give up or show some sign that success is going to happen. That's it, okay? That's the tried and true sketch format. So, quick review. Here's the challenge. Try to write a sketch and follow these steps. 1, create your protagonist. 2, give your protagonist a goal. 3, choose a setting. 4, write down a bunch of obstacles and choose your favorite primary obstacle. Then find a little group of those obstacles that kind of go together. And then 5, get to your climax and decide whether your hero is going to give up or succeed. That's it. Page counts are going to vary across the board depending on which format you're writing in and all that. If you're just starting out, try to give yourself about 4 pages. And remember, when you're writing that dialogue, those 4 pages go pretty quick. Hopefully by reducing the whole sketch writing process and unmasking that blank page and using these steps, you can get rid of some of the stress of getting to writing. Good luck. Speaking of writing, I got to get back to it. I got a deadline coming up for my new novel, The Onyx Door. And boy, am I procrastinating. Okay. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe. Check out my other stuff. Check out the Bare Bones Sketch Writing Challenge if you haven't already. Let me know what you got. I love reading the stuff that you send. I can't always respond back. I was surprised after the last video. I got a lot of responses. But yeah, send them over. I'd love to read them. Keep writing. Talk to you soon.